I remember when I was at my worst. I remember when I was struggling with depression, anxiety, very little belief in myself, angry, frustrated. Nothing was going my way. I felt hopeless, helpless, going from job to job. I remember working at Burger King, and they fired me because I refused to pick weeds in the parking lot. The last little bit of dignity that I had, they tried to take it from me. We need you to be out there in the parking lot, take this black garbage bag in the dead of the summer, 90 degrees outside, in a Burger King uniform, picking weeds in the parking lot. And I had a few reasons why I refused to do it. Number one, I wasn't willing to give up that last shred of my dignity. Wasn't willing to do it. I'm supposed to be in the kitchen cooking the food, not out picking the weeds. I'm not the gardener. And then number two, vicious allergies. Vicious. Let me tell you something. For me to be out there hand picking them weeds, my eyes would have swelled up, shut closed, throat shut closed, coughing, right? Mucus everywhere, sneezing. It would have been a mess. This is when I had those kind of allergies. And you know what? They canned me for that. They say, hey, you won't do it. We'll get somebody else who's willing to give away their dignity. We'll find somebody who just doesn't mind. We'll find someone who's more desperate than you for this job, and they'll do it. That stings, right? That stings. Just want to let you go so easily, simply because you wouldn't be out there hand picking the weeds when you're supposed to be in the kitchen. And I never moved fast enough. I was never good at flipping burgers. Let me tell you something. If you think that's an easy job to do, it's not. I'll be trying to move as fast as possible, and they're always telling me how I'm too slow. Unbelievable this goes on in the U.S., right? I remember being a personal trainer, best coach in the building. A client roster of 50 clients. And I got fired for wearing an earring and gray sweatpants. You know your pants are supposed to be black. We need somebody who's going to follow dress code. Yeah, we know you're a great coach and all of that, but you know what? We don't need great coaches. We just need coaches just to fill the spot, just to have people come in and pay for the service. We're a multi-million-dollar company. We don't, look, we just need people to fill the spot. This is capitalism, baby. So let's talk the numbers, right? Because there's a lot of you watching this right now, right? You're watching this right now and you feel like, yeah, let me tell you, I've been dragged like that before. I know what that's like, being undervalued. Yeah. Well, check it out. 78% of all wage earners in the U.S. live paycheck to paycheck. 48% of all wage earners make $30,000 a year or less. Basically a starvation wage. Rough. This is stuff to be upset about. You want to talk about why we have a stress epidemic? Why we have a depression epidemic? Why there's an opioid crisis? People just out here just miserable and confused, immiserated. So when you go on Facebook, you notice all the negativity. This is why people are like, oh, when I shut down my Facebook account and I take a break from Facebook, I feel so much better. When I stop watching the news, I feel so much better. Because it's nothing but just negativity and bad news. You know what I'm talking about, right? And look, if you are friends with all kinds of people, if your whole friends list, look, if 78% of them are living paycheck to paycheck or earning a starvation wage, you might see some negativity, right? And the stuff they post is going to reflect why they're in that position in the first place. I've been there. Posting ridiculous memes, silly stuff, negative stories about stuff, about how much they hate the president and all of this, right? Posting nonsense music that's just garbage and just negativity, nonsense, right? Taking pictures, drinking alcohol, thinking they having fun, right? Just wrecking their liver. Nothing really of any substance or important. This stuff's not growing you, but you're scrolling through your Facebook feed 20 minutes. Scrolling through Instagram 20 minutes at a time. Spending 3 to 5 hours a day on social media. You didn't even realize because you're not taking inventory, right? Look, I've been there before too, right? This is the age of social media. It's very easy to do. YouTube video after YouTube video. Just something to distract you from what's really going on. So, it sounds bad, right? I've been there. Not anymore. I wake up early too. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I don't wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because somebody else is dictating my life. I do not have an employer that is at the seat of power in my life. I am at the seat of power in my life. Why? I got organized. I started living according to the 3 pillars of the human experience. What you consume, what you think, and what you do. Started taking inventory, being deliberate about these things. Started organizing. Check this out. When you're at a job, your boss dictates when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, how much time you spend with your family, what you spend your days doing. Right? Plenty of people eating Chick-fil-A every day, or whatever they eat every day. You know why they're eating that? Because it's close to work. It's right across the street. It's quick. The majority of people are struggling with their diet. Why? Because they're not meal prepping. Majority of people struggling with their diet, you know what they're doing? They're choosing what to eat when they get hungry, not beforehand. There's no prep. It's not being deliberate, it's impulsive. Oh, feels like I'm hungry now. Guess I gotta choose something to eat. This is a problem. Oh, I know I gotta work out. All right, I'm gonna try to work out today. And then step into the gym and be like, what do I feel like doing? It's not good. This is not being organized. And if you're not organizing your life, someone else is. Because that's how power works. Power cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. It can only be used. And if you're not using it, if it's not transferred to you, it's going to be falling into the hands of someone else. Some people, they break the law, they live a life of crime, they go to jail, and then they have the state. They have the prison system in the seat of power, dictating their life. Some people, they have an employer dictating their life, paying them $30,000 or less. And then some people, they learn. Fortunately, I'm one of those people where I got sick of it, I got tired of it, and I opted out, and I decided to get organized. And a lot of people do this, not enough. Actually, very few people do this. Like 5% of the population do this. Get organized. Become an entrepreneur. Create something. Build something. Manifest something. Something you can be proud of, right? Sounds good, right? Developing wealth, building a business, getting in shape. Some people, I want to lose 15 pounds. Why? You lose 15 pounds, then what? Right? What's the vision? What are you passionate about? What is your ideal lifestyle? That's what it's really about. Look, you want to create a body transformation. You don't want to just lose some weight. You want to create a body transformation. You want to re-engineer your body. Your body was a particular way because you were not being organized. We want a body that resembles someone who's organized. You look at the before and after pictures of me and my clients, and you see people that look like two different people. It's organized versus not being organized. It's meal prep versus no meal prep. It's a training program versus no training program. It's one mindset versus another. Right? It's a set of things you consume deliberately versus impulsively. That's really all it is. That's what the transformation is. That's what the before and after is. It was one way, and now it's another. Just like that. Just because you decided. You can decide whenever you want. Right? If you want to live your passion, if you want to live your dream, you know what you got to do first? You got to think about it more. What am I passionate about? For me, in my case, I was passionate about what I didn't like. And then I learned to become passionate about what I do like. I'm like, I don't like being broke, but I do like having money. But you know what I like even more than having money? Being of service. I really like coaching, and I got really good at it. Right? I like speaking. I like running my mouth. I get really good at it. He's a great public speaker. He's always talking, running his mouth. He's got a lot of good things to say, though. Helps people with the things that he says. But all the stuff that I say And the videos that I do, because it's stuff I'm thinking about all the time, this is just a regurgitation of my thoughts, what I think about. And this is what I consume. I consume it, I think about it, and then I do it. And now you're consuming it, and then you'll think about it, and then you'll do it. This is organizing. This is called outreach, okay? Because I'm a coach, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur. But what I'm really excited about is I'm an activist. I see pathologies, and I go, no, we got to fix that. I know what it feels like to suffer from that pathology, and that's a problem. And so I'm thinking about ways to fix that. What can I say to make it clear? This is the direction that we got to go in, because what the direction that people are currently in is not good. When I see obese parents eating a terrible diet in front of their kids and their kids are watching them, that's a problem. Because your kids grow up watching you poison yourself every day. And then they become adults, and then they have to schlep you around to your doctors, and they have to go with you to fill out your prescriptions at the pharmacy. And then eventually you break down to the point where they're going to have to move you into their house and take care of you, or put you in a home. And the reason why this is happening is because you didn't fill the seat of power with your own ass when you had the opportunity to do so. This is negligence. If you love your family, you love your children. Most importantly, if you love yourself, this has to stop. You can't just keep eating what's across the street simply because it's across the street. You don't have time, you got to make time. If you're not going to do it for yourself, well, do it for yourself, first of all, no exceptions, but do it for them. You can't continue to look your kids dead in the eyes as you eat a poisonous diet, because they learn that that's not okay. Hopefully they learn. Hopefully they're not eating like you and poisoning themselves. Hopefully you're not leading them off of a cliff. Ooh, that's real, that touches home, right? But it's real. I'm not lying about this. But I'm saying this, why? Because I'm passionate about it. This video is a picket sign. This is outreach. I'm in the streets right now, trying to overturn the status quo. Right? We're not eating there no more. We're boycotting places like Chick-fil-A. We're boycotting McDonald's. We're boycotting Burger King. We're boycotting animal agriculture. We're not doing this anymore. We got values. We're being deliberate. Right? Like Anonymous for the Voiceless with the masks on, holding up the video. Right? Getting the message out, organizing, doing the outreach. Join me. Because this work matters. This is the stuff that makes change. Look, it's not just working out that makes the change. It's the mindset. It's the activism. It's the protest. You get in the gym and you train and you do the meal prep. You know what that is? That's activism. You're pushing back against the status quo of unhealthy lifestyle habits that make you sick and bankrupt you from medical bills. The overwhelming majority of these politicians, they don't care how sick you are, because they're getting paid by the people who are making you sick. Why would they care? Because you decide who you eat. You decide what you eat. And when I say who, that wasn't a slip. I mean who. Because animals are who? Living sentient beings. And you can stop. Tell people this all the time. You don't got to do any of that. I don't. I feel great. My energy levels are high. Time to fill the seat of power. It's time to do the demonstrations. It's time to get out in the street with the demonstrations. This is the tribe. This is what Tribe by Noire is about. It's coaching. It's activism. It's a movement. We're moving away from the pathologies. We're moving away from the mental and emotional and physical slavery of unhealthiness and moral bankruptcy. We're moving away from it. We're not going to work for people who don't value us. We work for ourselves. We work for our people. We don't work for money. I don't do this for money. I do it for people. I do it for my space. I do it for you. You need to know this. Everyone you know needs to know this. This video needs to be shared. This message needs to be shared. It needs to be learned. It needs to be internalized. You don't just watch this one time and never watch it again. This is daily consumption. It's literally called daily self-development. When you log in the Tribe by Noire and you watch the video series, an hour a day, internalize it. The best propaganda money can buy. All for what? Living your ideal lifestyle, creating a body transformation, a lifestyle transformation, a mental and emotional transformation, a spiritual transformation, a world transformation, an environmental transformation. This is why we're out here demonstrating.